Bitcoin is once again at the center of global attention. Some investors believe the next big rally is coming, while others are worried about a major correction. So the big question is, what's next for Bitcoin's price? In this video, we'll break down Bitcoin's current market structure, key price levels, and realistic expectations for the near future. Welcome to NextGen Finance, where we analyze the future of money. Current Bitcoin market situation. Right now, Bitcoin is moving in a highly sensitive market environment. We have high interest rates, global economic uncertainty, and increasing institutional involvement. Bitcoin is no longer just a retail asset. Large institutions, ETFs, and long-term holders are now major players. This means price movements are slower than before, but more powerful when they happen. Key support and resistance levels. Let's talk about key price levels. Support levels are prices where buyers usually step in. Resistance levels are prices where sellers take profit. At the moment, Bitcoin has strong support zones below the current price and major resistance zones above. If Bitcoin holds its support, we could see a continuation upward. But if support breaks, short-term corrections are very possible. This is why smart investors always watch levels, not emotions. Role of institutional money. One of the biggest changes in Bitcoin's price behavior is institutional money. Big players like hedge funds and ETFs don't trade emotionally, buy during fear, and sell during hype. When institutions accumulate, price often moves sideways for weeks, but once they finish buying, strong moves usually follow. This is why patience is critical in Bitcoin investing. On-chain data and market psychology. On-chain data gives us insight into what long-term holders are doing. When long-term holders are not selling, it usually signals confidence in higher prices. At the same time, market psychology matters. Extreme fear often appears near market bottoms. Extreme greed often appears near market tops. Right now, Bitcoin is in a neutral to optimistic phase, which often leads to volatility before a clear direction is chosen. Short-term versus long-term outlook. In the short term, Bitcoin price may continue to move sideways with sharp swings. Traders should expect volatility, fake breakouts, and sudden news-driven moves. But long-term, Bitcoin's fundamentals remain strong: limited supply, increasing adoption, and growing institutional demand. This is why many long-term investors continue to accumulate during uncertainty. Trend overview. Chart explanation. Let's take a closer look at Bitcoin's price structure on the monthly chart. Bitcoin recently faced strong rejection from the $100,000 psychological level. This area acted as a major resistance, where sellers entered aggressively. After this rejection, Bitcoin pulled back toward a key support zone around $90,000. Moving averages explanation, MA9 and MA50. On this chart, we can see two important moving averages. The short-term moving average is starting to curve downward, which shows weakening momentum in the short term. However, the long-term moving average is still trending upward, which tells us the overall market structure remains bullish. This means Bitcoin is likely in a healthy correction, not a full trend reversal. RSI indicator breakdown, very important. Now let's talk about the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. The RSI is currently around the mid-range, not in overbought or oversold territory. This tells us two key things. Bitcoin is no longer overheated. There is room for the price to move either up or down. Historically, when RSI cools down like this during an uptrend, it often prepares the market for the next major move. Key support zones, clear levels. Based on this chart, Bitcoin has strong support zones at around $90,000 and another deeper support near $85,000. As long as Bitcoin holds above these levels, the bullish structure remains intact. A strong bounce from these zones could signal renewed buying pressure. Key resistance zones, upside targets. On the upside, Bitcoin faces major resistance near $100,000, and above that, the next psychological level near $110,000. A clean breakout above 100,000 with strong volume could trigger the next bullish expansion phase. Possible scenarios: balanced and professional. From here, Bitcoin has two realistic scenarios. Scenario 1. Bitcoin consolidates between support and resistance, building strength before a breakout. Scenario 2. Bitcoin briefly dips lower to test deeper support, then rebounds strongly as buyers step back in. Both scenarios are normal in a long-term bullish market. Market psychology insight: high retention. At this stage, fear and uncertainty are increasing among short-term traders, but long-term investors are watching this zone carefully. Historically, periods of uncertainty like this often reward patience more than panic. Professional risk reminder: trust building. As always, remember, Bitcoin remains a volatile asset. Price analysis helps manage risk, but no chart can predict the future perfectly. Always use proper risk management and never invest more than you can afford to lose. So, what's next for Bitcoin? Volatility in the short term, but strong potential in the long term. If you found this Bitcoin price analysis helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You're watching NextGen Finance, where we break down crypto, markets, and the future of finance.